Remember that box of art supplies? The one you bought with so much excitement, thinking of all the masterpieces you would create? The one tucked away in the attic? It's been sitting there for years, gathering dust, a silent witness to the passage of time, full of dreams you'd chase one day. That day never came. Life happened. Responsibilities piled up. You told yourself you'd get back to it, but days turned into months, and months into years. You packed the box away, but the sting of that unlived dream? That's hidden grief. It's a quiet ache that lingers in the background, a reminder of what could have been. We talk about death, divorce, the big stuff, the losses that everyone acknowledges and understands. But what about the smaller losses? The ones that don't make headlines or elicit sympathy cards? The ones that whisper instead of scream? They hurt too. They leave scars. They shape who we are and how we see the world. We just don't talk about them. Why? Is it because they seem insignificant in the grand scheme of things? Maybe we think it's silly. Maybe we believe that our small disappointments don't deserve attention. Maybe we're afraid of being judged, afraid that others will see us as weak or overly sensitive, or maybe we don't even realize we're grieving. We push those feelings aside, telling ourselves to move on, to be strong. Whatever the reason, these unspoken sorrows fester. They linger in the corners of our minds, affecting our mood, our relationships, our sense of self. They impact us in ways we don't expect. They can lead to feelings of inadequacy, of unfulfilled potential, of regret. It's important to acknowledge these small losses, to give them the space they deserve. Only then can we truly heal and move forward. Hidden grief takes many forms. It's the job you didn't get, the move that fell through, the friendship that faded. It's the loss of a pet, a miscarriage, a future you envisioned. It's the dreams you let go of, the plans that never materialized. These losses may seem small to others, but they're significant to us. They represent something important, something we cherished, something we're allowed to grieve. Unacknowledged grief doesn't just disappear, it manifests in other ways. Anxiety, insomnia, irritability. We might feel lost, empty, or numb. We might withdraw from loved ones, struggle to find joy, or turn to unhealthy coping mechanisms. The problem is, we often don't connect these feelings to the source. We blame work stress, relationship issues, or even the weather. But deep down, it's the unprocessed grief that's eating away at us. We carry these burdens in silence, afraid to burden others with our small sorrows. We tell ourselves to get over it, to look on the bright side, but suppressing our grief only makes it stronger. It festers in the darkness, poisoning our well-being. It's time to break the silence, to acknowledge that all grief is valid, regardless of its source. Your pain is real, your feelings are valid, and you deserve to heal. Recognizing the whispers of grief is the first step to healing. Pay attention to your emotions. Are you feeling down, anxious, or withdrawn? Explore those feelings. What triggered them? What thoughts and memories come up? Journaling can be helpful. Write down your thoughts and feelings without judgment. Don't worry about grammar or punctuation. Just let it flow. You might be surprised by what surfaces. Once you've identified your grief, give it a name. Say it out loud. This simple act can be incredibly powerful. It acknowledges the pain you're feeling and gives it a tangible form. By naming your grief, you are taking the first step towards healing. I'm grieving the loss of my dream job. This job meant the world to me, and losing it feels like losing a part of myself. It's okay to feel this way. Allow yourself to mourn the loss of what could have been. I'm heartbroken over my miscarriage. The dreams and hopes I had for my child are now shattered. This grief is profound and deeply personal. It's important to honor these feelings and give yourself the space to grieve. I miss my pet terribly. Pets are family, and their loss can leave a significant void in our lives. It's natural to feel this sorrow and to miss their presence every day. Naming your grief gives it validation. It acknowledges that your pain is real and significant. This validation is crucial for your emotional well-being. It allows you to confront your feelings head-on rather than suppressing them. It brings it out of the shadows and into the light. When you name your grief, you are no longer hiding it. You are bringing it into the open, where it can be addressed and healed. This act of bringing your grief into the light can be incredibly liberating. Talking to someone you trust can also be incredibly helpful. Sharing your feelings with a trusted friend, family member, or therapist can provide much-needed support. They can offer a listening ear and a comforting presence. A friend, family member, therapist, or support group can provide a safe space to process your emotions. These connections can help you feel less isolated in your grief. They can offer different perspectives and coping strategies. Remember, you don't have to go through this alone. Reach out to those who care about you. Let them be there for you. Together, you can navigate this difficult journey and find a path towards healing. Connecting with others who understand your pain can be incredibly healing. Join a support group, online forum, or grief counseling group. Sharing your story and hearing from others who've experienced similar losses can make you feel less alone. Remember, you are not weak for grieving. You are not overreacting. You are human, and grief is a natural part of the human experience. The gift of giving yourself grace. Be kind to yourself. Grief is a process, not a destination. There's no right or wrong way to grieve. Some days will be harder than others. Allow yourself to feel your emotions fully, without judgment or self-criticism. Engage in activities that bring you joy and comfort. Spend time in nature. Listen to music, practice yoga, or connect with loved ones. Self-care is not selfish. It's essential for healing and well-being. Reaching out for support. Don't be afraid to ask for help if you need it. Professional therapists and counselors are trained to help you process grief and develop healthy coping mechanisms. They can provide you with tools and strategies to navigate your emotions and move forward. Remember, seeking help is a sign of strength, not weakness. It shows that you're committed to your well-being and ready to heal. Honoring your grief, honoring yourself. Honoring your grief means acknowledging its presence in your life. It means allowing yourself to feel the pain, the sadness, the anger, and the confusion. It means giving yourself permission to grieve in your own way, in your own time. Honoring your grief also means honoring yourself. It means recognizing that you are worthy of love, support, and healing. It means treating yourself with compassion, understanding, and grace. Embracing the full spectrum of human experience. Life is a tapestry of joy and sorrow, triumph and loss. Each moment, whether filled with laughter or tears, adds a unique thread to the fabric of our existence. The hands of the elderly, weathered by time, tell stories of resilience and wisdom, while the laughter of a child echoes the boundless potential of the future. Embracing the full spectrum of human experience means acknowledging both the light and the shadow. It is in the quiet moments of contemplation, as the sun sets and paints the sky with hues of orange and purple, that we often find clarity. Walking hand in hand with a loved one under a cloudy sky reminds us that even in uncertainty, there is comfort in connection. It means recognizing that grief, even hidden grief, is a testament to our capacity to love, to dream, and to hope. Placing flowers on a grave is a poignant act of remembrance, a way to honor the lives that have touched ours. A parent's embrace, filled with unspoken promises, reassures us that love endures beyond the physical realm. By acknowledging and addressing our hidden sorrows, we open ourselves up to a deeper understanding of ourselves and the world around us. Journaling by a window allows us to reflect on our innermost thoughts and feelings, while group therapy sessions provide a safe space for sharing and support. These acts of vulnerability and openness are crucial steps in our journey towards healing and self-discovery. We learn to navigate the complexities of life with greater empathy, resilience, and compassion. Meditation in nature helps us reconnect with the world around us, grounding us in the present moment. The comforting embrace of friends reminds us that we are not alone in our struggles, and that together we can find strength and solace. And in doing so, we emerge from the shadows stronger, wiser, and more connected to the human experience. Emerging from a forest into the sunlight symbolizes the journey from darkness to light, from confusion to clarity. Reaching the summit of a mountain with others signifies the collective effort and shared triumphs that define our human experience. It is through these shared moments of struggle and victory that we truly understand the depth and breadth of what it means to be human.